5 minutes after 9 o'clock, Jim George is in the studio. Professor Gadget. Gosh, there's so much in the news this morning about technology. I think we're going to just be just really giving you a lot of work today, Jim.
That's fine. Let's do it.
Jim is the owner of American Cable Services and Media in Motion. And before we say anything else, if your computer is on the fritz, go to Media in Motion. Get it fixed because, you know, I hate when the computer's not working. The computers are every day for me now, so. Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. And there's a lot of those viruses going around. My goodness.
Did you hear the story the other day about the hospital that had to pay $15,000 because they had that ransomware locking everything up?
Yep. And you can't get rid of it. I mean, I had it one time. This is going back maybe 2 years. And I gave the computer to my guys. And they took it all. They did everything. And they said, how much do they want? I said, $50. Pay them. Some of that stuff you can't get rid of. It gets into your files, and it totally. That's why we open up if you get an email and you don't know the person, delete. Junk. Put it as a junk mail.
Yeah.
I just got one just the other day from PayPal, and I noticed that the way it was headed, and I just questioned it. So I asked my two IT guys. I said, "Is this legit?" They said, "No. Do not open that up.
Oh my goodness!
When you open that up, you're ransomed."
Wow.
Don't open up just because it's addressed to you.
Gosh.
Don't open it
crazy.
up. If you don't know who it is, delete it.
Okay, and we have a story about the FCC. Let's do that one first. So
sure.
Tell me about this, because this is really up your alley. This is about our TV viewing, right? So what are they saying? What is that all about?
All right, well, the cable people have notoriously invested hundreds of millions of dollars in technology for set-top boxes. So these boxes have DVRs in them. I mean, the average Comcast set-top box that they give you and rent to you, let's say for $5 or $10, or I don't know what it's going for now. Let's say it's $15 a month. That thing costs them $500. That box.
Wow.
And it has all their security and all their technology in it.
Wow.
If the FCC were to say, "Oh, we just want a generic box," what in the world are they going to do with the millions of boxes they have? So what the FCC is saying is, the technology is so changed. Come on, cable people, catch up with the times. You don't need this huge box with the DVR and everything that's included in it. You could do IPTV over your existing system. You could put a small generic type box that they could buy at Sears or Rovi box, any kind of box. The security is in your head end. That's when you control who's allowed to watch the TV, what channel they can watch, how many channels they can record. You know, you don't need a set-top box. Well, they're rebelling, not because the technology is too new or they have a huge investment. I mean, I've been in Puerto Rico before at a cable company.
So they just don't want to lose money.
Right, where an engineer would come in and change out from one model box to another model box, and they have 40-foot containers full of set-top boxes.
Oh, wow.
And these things are probably $250 a piece. This is going back like 10 years. And they were taking them out to the ocean to dump them.
Wow.
Because they changed technology. The cable companies can't afford the change. It's a big ship, and a big ship can't not turn, and do a U-turn. Whereas I'm a small ship, and if I want to make a decision to change tomorrow morning, I just change.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the consequences. Will they change? They'll have to change. Not only will the FCC give them a certain number of years to change, it may be 3 years, but they will have to change. The technology, I'm beating them up. I mean, the technology is so pure. Look at what you're doing with your Google.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought you could talk to your cell phone?
Find out how
and it would talk back to you.
Thomas Jefferson is. How old is Thomas Jefferson? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how old was he when he died?
died?
Yeah. How old was he when he died? Yeah.
I heard that. 86, you said.
Was it 83, I think? But isn't it crazy that you could just talk to it? I could ask it anything.
Well, the set-top boxes are going to be the same way. TV, channel 2. Click. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Bye now. You're going to have interactive TV that is verbal.
I wonder what
I'm
happens.
not positive I don't want my TV talking to me.
No, because what happens if you're fighting with your spouse and you let words fly? All of a sudden your TV goes crazy and blows up. It's like, oh, got to get a new one.
And virtual reality has taken over our world. I mean, every article I can bring in a magazine right now from multi-channel news, and every page is about virtual reality. People want to get lost in virtual reality. They want to put themselves in another world. They want to be the space person or in the jungle with animated bunnies or whatever it is.
That's what I want to be.
I know. Hey,
There you go.
I perked up with that one. Yeah.
where do I sign up? I want that headset.
I want to be with the animated bunnies too. Don't leave me out.
It's like that movie.
I don't want to be last.
Yeah, my wife and I watched that movie Tomorrowland. I think it was Sunday night. It was
Yeah.
very interesting. They touch this little thing and it puts them in another reality realm.
Uh-huh.
But that's the whole thing. People want to escape, and TV does allow that escape.
Huh.
Everything from entertainment
But it's
to
always
education.
But I mean, okay. But in reality, a book can do the same thing.
Oh yeah, I love books. Drive my wife crazy. I have a library. I just read and read and read.
I mean, you can go. You can get lost in a book. So.
You can.
So I wanted to tell you something. Yesterday, I was so delighted. My son came by, Alex.
Yes, I heard.
He's 29, going to be 30 in July. And he's doing well. He works up in Gainesville. He's a computer guy, so
Oh,
he knows.
good. A geek.
Yeah, he's a geek.
So is my son.
I'm a geek, but I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm just geeky.
Yeah, just geeky.
I'm
yeah.
just geeky.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he took a Tesla for a test drive.
Oh wow.
He can't afford it, but he took one for a test drive.
Right, right.
So anyway, he was asking about the battery, and I thought about you because if you plug it in on 110, it takes like all night long.
Yeah.
If you do it 220, it's like half a night. But if you go to one of those stations, you can do it in 15 minutes
Yes.
because it's the high speed, like the thing you gave us for our phones. Those
Right.
little.
Right.
What do you call them?
Well, the device I gave you, you want to know what I call that?
Yeah, what do you call
Because
something?
it was fast.
Well, that was actually not even a battery. What that is a capacitor.
So
and
is that
that's
how
what
they-
those charging stations are. They're capacitors.
So like over there by.
Mimi's Cafe,
Yeah,
Barnes and Noble,
yep,
Market
yep.
Square.
Yeah.
you see them everywhere.
And I said, "Well, how much does it cost to stop there?" He said, "Nothing. It's free."
Yep.
So how do they exist if it's free?
Well, the mall, let's say, area does that on purpose to attract the person to come here. And if they're going to be parking anyway, they might as well, the amount of current it draws from the system. In other words, how much does it cost the mall to charge a car is
Yeah.
literally nothing. Because the way it works is the capacitor is being trickle charged. It's like a battery, only it holds a charge, whereas a battery creates a charge. There's acid and lead, and that creates a charge. A capacitor holds a charge. So they trickle charge that capacitor and build it up to a huge amount of current.
Wow.
When the car hooks up to it, it just dumps that current in there.
So the whole two of the things people don't like about the electric cars is one that it takes all night long to fill up your car, but apparently it doesn't if you have these stations along the way.
Right.
So
you can buy them for your home.
But if you're on a
nice.
trip and you have to stop and fill up your car, you don't want to sit even an hour. You want to go to a gas station like you do now and be done in 5 minutes.
Exactly.
But in this one, it'd be 15 minutes.
You know that little device you and Matt talk about where you can jump start your car?
Yes.
All right. Imagine that they will have those in a little black bag, and basically you'll put it in your house and you'll charge up the capacitor and you'll throw it in the back seat. And you'll drive for your 100 or 500 miles. And if you can't find a charging station, what do? You get out, you plug the bag in, 15 minutes later, you're on the road again.
Oh,
That's what's
wow.
going to
Wow.
happen.
Yeah.
That's
so
the
nice.
wave of the future.
And here's the thing. He told me that in idle, you know how if you take your foot off the gas
Yep.
in idle, it'll just start rolling? In idle, it doesn't roll. If you don't push the gas pedal, you don't go anywhere. Well, the accelerator, there's no gas pedal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because
pretty
it's
cool.
a electric motor
Yeah.
as compared to an internal combustion engine. In other words, it's not turning a gear. It's just like if you unplug a motor from your wall, like a fan, it
Yeah.
stops.
Yeah,
And when you put it in, it starts.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And
that
that's
makes
why it
sense.
has quick acceleration, like 0 to 60 in like, 2 seconds?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, he liked
he
that
told us that part too. All right, this
thought
I
that
knew
was
today was
great.
gonna. I knew today was going to be a fun one. Plus, I want to ask you about this whole Apple decrypting thing.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back
Let's
with
do
Jim.
it.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A pleasant Friday with sunshine and some clouds, the high 69 to 73. And partly cloudy and cool Friday night with lows ranging from 48 in a few inland spots to 57 along the coast. Partly sunny for Saturday, another nice day, high 73 to 77. For Sunday, some sunshine, high 74 to 78. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here. your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Need a mailbox rental but need more information? Remember, Personal Service Center, 789-6683. How does $10 a month sound with just a 3-month commitment? Remember, Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Mention WOCA and the setup fee is waived. Personal Service Center will email or text notifications to you when your packages arrive. Even scan mail so you never actually have to pick it up. Now that's service. Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Located on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, Ocala. Look for the yellow signs.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Jim George is here. Professor Gadget talking about technology. Joe Martone has stepped into the room. Let me put your mic up. Which one are you on? You're on this one, right?
I'm down here.
So here's.
So Joe's not here.
Here's
okay.
I got you on. John McAfee, the guy who made the. Okay. I didn't know he was running for president. Did you know that?
No.
Okay, yeah.
He was a tennis player.
McEnroe. He's the inventor of that software that protects your computer.
Yeah, the McAfee. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so this whole thing with Apple telling the FBI, we're not going to give you the program to go into these terrorists' phone. He says he will do it. He says, I want to read something that I think you're going to find interesting. He said the reason the FBI doesn't have the best hackers on the planet is because the FBI will not hire anyone with a 24-inch purple mohawk, 10-gauge ear piercings, and a tattooed face who demands to smoke weed while working.
Exactly. I mean, literally, my IT guy, he went to work for another company, so I won't tell you. But you met him. He came in here one time.
Yeah.
Man,
he,
all right.
between smoking cigarettes, smoking, other items of interest, drinking alcohol, I mean, he was a misfit. But that guy could do anything.
Really?
He can make a computer dance. I mean,
I don't know. When you're saying he's, I don't know. How does he move fast enough to make anything move?
Well, his fingers are slow, but his mind's going 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
But yeah, and then Rush Limbaugh had an interesting thing the other day. He said, I caught him going up to Gainesville. He said that all they got to do is put the original operating system back in that one cell phone. And the FBI can do that. You can buy the original operating system that Apple had before the encryption. You reload it. In other words, it's like going from Windows 10 back to Windows 7. All you do is reload it, and then you open it up. He said it's as simple as that. And he had people on, calling in saying, we do that all the time. We have 2 operating systems. Like in your computer at home, you can have Windows 7 and Windows 10 both operating on the same computer. Like in your case, you have Apple, so you can't do that.
Right.
But
do that.
Us normal guys
Can't do that.
I had to point that out.
Do it all day.
Yeah,
You can't do that all day. How about Vista?
Vista.
that's really going back there now. Vista.
How many years ago was Vista?
Millennial, 2000, all of those.
And XP.
At XP.
Well, I have my laptops. One is Windows 10,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is Vista. And you know what? I like Vista better.
Yeah. My wife has a Vista still on her computer at home, and she will not change.
Now, Windows 10, Jim, is fine. There's no big. But what I don't like is the media player on it, because it's deciding where to put your music. You don't get to decide.
Yeah, we got it over here in the production room, but I haven't used it yet. I guess
it's a different system. Media.
Yeah,
Media player. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, it drove out because I'm used to the other one where I could put the music where I want it. It'll categorize it. In other words, the 1960s, put all that together. But if you go to choose a song, that goes over here.
See, I think where Apple,
you don't want it there or not, right?
where FBI made its mistake, they should have said day one, we've broken the encryption, and we're now looking into the cell phone, and we're now going after the other associates. If they would have said that, Apple would have gone crazy. They would have gone, because they would have said, you mean to tell me you've already defeated our encryption that we just came out with? And the FBI says, oh, sure, we broke that encryption a long time ago.
Well, see, there's a difference between consumer and then hackers. There's a difference.
Yeah,
You go to
big
the store,
difference.
you're going to get that phone. Oh, good, I'm going to hack this. You're all going to use this.
Jim, we have somebody on the phone.
All right, yeah, I'm ready.
Joe, you want to hear him?
Sure, go ahead.
You can hear him? Good morning. Thank you for waiting, by the way. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jim, Larry, Robin.
Hey, Sonny.
Hey.
This deal with Apple has actually, I think, increased their sales by about tenfold. Oh, gee, even the FBI can't get into it.
Yeah, maybe.
Buy one.
That's probably true.
To me, that's a big advertising plug there when it's basically hack-free,
That's what we're saying, Sonny. We're saying the FBI should have said, oh, yeah, we hacked that. They won. We know how to get into it. No problem.
Well, government is not known for really bright light bulbs.
What?
Anyway,
Yeah, no marketing
we were
expertise
talking
there.
about the other newer technology. I worked for a utility over 30 years, and at that time, in the late, the 70s, 80s, they were experimenting with such building an actual device. Took up a city block or half a city block, and it was like capacitors. And the reason for that thing is store enough electricity so that during that peak rush hour time, that's when they had peak demand for electricity.
Right.
And that supposedly this installation was to help alleviate the high demand at a certain hour. In other words, the utility's got to generate a large capacity 24/7 just to meet maybe a 3 or 4 hour period where they need that extra capacity. And it was a big thing. They also had the other thing that they wanted to build, which was blocked by James Cagney, that Storm King Mountain deal. And that was an interesting, simple solution, but very interesting that it would have actually worked. And anyway, the new technologies that are coming out, especially with these newer batteries that are out. Simple example is I have one of those rechargeable hand vacs.
Yes.
This thing is sitting there for a month, and I occasionally use it, and it's still running like it was just charged.
Yes.
So I don't know whether something new with the battery, whether all of a sudden it'll just stop like that, and then you have to recharge it. But it runs almost at, it does run like at full RPM.
Yes.
So far for a month now, and I was just wondering, what your comment and everything is on this new stuff that's coming out. I.e., you have an electric plane in Europe. They got one of these like electric powered gliders, and if they fly that thing all over the place. Now hang up and listen. Thank you. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
Well, some of these batteries, like for instance, if you have a drill and you have a normal big fat battery in it, and you go buy a nice skinny lithium battery,
right?
The lithium battery will last longer. What the difference is, if I have one of the fat batteries and my drill starts getting weaker and weaker and weaker, I know it's time. Lithium battery, you're drilling away, it stops. You're done. It's just like an analog.
Oh, the other one goes slower and slower?
Yeah.
Okay,
it gives you some warning.
Okay.
With a lithium battery, I could be drilling a hole. Okay, that's done. Go to drill another hole, goes 2 turns and stops.
Oh, that's not good.
Now I got to go, So if I knew it was running low, I could go back to the car, get another battery, So for every plus, there's always a minus somewhere. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah?
Can't beat that.
Can you explain the Einstein ripples in the gravity story?
The ripples in the gravity.
Did you see that story earlier this week? I was waiting for Friday to ask
Somebody
you about
moved.
The ripples in the gravity.
I tell you, I watched 2 videos on Nova about Einstein, and unbelievable. They've tried for like 10 years to disprove his theory of relativity. And they finally come to the conclusion that he is absolutely right.
That he's
and they
right.
had all these major scientists on there. They did all these tests in space. They did everything there was, and they came back and said, "Isn't it amazing how with 5 symbols, including the equal mark,
Yes.
he has designed the whole world."
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
What I always wonder is, okay, it's over my head, and I don't expect to ever understand it, but how do we use that stuff? I mean, I know they say that led to the atomic bomb. But besides that, do we use these ripples in gravity news to do something? I mean, can we ride those ripples like a surfboard? Well,
I've always asked myself: are there actually? You heard of solar winds? Solar wind is when the sun erupts, and when it does, that burst of energy hits the Earth. And when it does, that's when you have the flare outs. When you had satellite receivers years ago.
Right.
It would just turn the satellite receiver off. Why? Because the dish is capturing energy from the satellite, and it also captures that energy. When it does, it overloads the LMB. So, are there winds in space? And I mean, it's just my. I've never looked it up. I don't have an idea, but I'd like to know. Maybe you could surf in space.
Let's go. Let's see if somebody knows, because somebody's calling in. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Yeah, the ripples in gravity, the pilot waves. That's Louis de Broglie. Postulated that as an adjunct to the theory of relativity.
So over my head, I don't even know what you just said, except for Louis something.
No.
Yeah. What do we use that for? Anything?
Over my head.
It's in the scale of humans and large bodies, it actually doesn't amount to much. And in the scale of human, particle physics, it's a big thing. It's why cyclotrons work, that sort of thing.
Wow.
Okay, so it won't make a better hamburger, apparently.
So if you're surfing in space and you hit a ripple, you get bumps. Thank you.
All right, that was interesting.
Okay.
Well, he's a smart guy right there.
He is. Oh, my goodness.
All right, we are just about there, aren't we?
Right.
Yeah.
So I had an interesting conversation with the city of Ocala. We're getting closer and closer to launching our IPTV, so stay tuned.
Oh, nice.
Yep, I'm one of the.
I'm going to start watching TV
myself
a little
and one
more.
other person there in the running.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, because everybody's waiting on you.
I know. It's
all
exciting.
waiting.
It's exciting. Thank you.
Well, it went too fast. It was a fun one, huh?
It was a fun day today.
All right, Jim, George, thank you so much. Oh, what's your phone number? Well, we want to get our computers fixed.
854-9795.
All right, don't let
open no strange emails.
Exactly.
We'll be right back.
News Radio, I'm Pam Huso. One day before the Nevada caucuses, Hillary Clinton finds herself 3 points behind Bernie Sanders in a new national Fox poll.
I talk about democratic socialism. What I mean is moving away from where we are right now.
Sanders at a town hall in Las Vegas on MSNBC. The Democratic race in Nevada is tightening. Republicans are watching what happens in South Carolina. The primary is tomorrow. Mourners, including President Obama, will file past the casket of a late Supreme Court justice.
Later this morning, the president will travel to the Supreme Court to pay tribute to Antonin Scalia, who will lie in repose in the Great Hall of the Supreme Court. The president, however, will not attend his funeral tomorrow, prompting criticism over the decision by Republicans and even some Democrats.
Fox's John Decker, Vice President Joe Biden will attend. Fox News, we report, you decide.
For your best-looking lawn, Ace has the national brands and the local expertise you need. Right now, Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S Weed and Feed is just $20.99 after $2 instant savings. Stop by Ace today and get the lawn you've always wanted with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S Weed and Feed. Now just $20.99 each, only at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace Rewards members get savings instantly in store. Offer valid now through 2/29 at participating stores. Covers 5,000 square feet, store stock only. See store for details. Limit 2.